How do you accept compliments, and is it affecting your confidence? Hi everyone, my name is Sarah, the Style Coach. Welcome to my channel. This channel is all about style and personal development, so if that's your thing, please subscribe to the channel and like the video if you enjoyed it and learned something new, and let's get started with today's topic. The reason I'm talking about this topic today is I caught myself responding in a certain way when I received a compliment recently. I think someone says something in a video, a really nice compliment, I'm sure it was genuine, I hope it was anyway, and my initial and immediate response was to put myself down and say something that would just take my confidence down a little bit. And I thought to myself, why am I doing that? For whose benefit? And what is it doing to me? And then I realized I wasn't the only one who responded like this, and I wanted to look a little bit deeper into why we do it and how it affects us. If you've been following this channel for a while, you'll know that I'm a master practitioner of Neurolinguistic Programming. What does that mean? Well, neuro is the brain, linguistic is language, and programming is how those two things, the brain and language, interact with each other. In my observations, there's three main ways in which people respond to compliments. Here's the first. Sarah, you look amazing today. I love your dress. Oh, this old thing, God, I don't feel good in it, like it was just a cheap thing I just threw on. Scenario 2. Sarah, you're looking amazing today. I love that top on you. Are you kidding me? Look at you. You look amazing. And scenario 3. Sarah, you look amazing today. Thanks, Sarah. I'd love to know how you respond to compliments. Do you relate to scenario 1 with the self-deprecating humor? Number 2, where you deflect away from yourself and take the attention off yourself and bring it back to the other person? Or is it number 3? Do you acknowledge that somebody has said something nice about you, you absorb that and just say thank you? Let me know in the comments below. I did a little bit of research into self-deprecating humor and why we use it. It's in our very nature to want to be accepted by groups because that helps us survive. Are we going to be accepted or rejected according to what we say, what we do? So our response to things becomes very important, perhaps more important than we realize. Now, of course, where you grew up and your culture and what's acceptable in your society is going to influence this greatly. There's a running joke here in Ireland where we say, oh, I love your top, and, there's a response where we say, oh, it's pennies, hon. Pennies is Primark, if you don't know. In Ireland, we call it pennies. So it's just a way of kind of saying, oh, this old thing, oh, this is not worth much, and straight away we're taking ourselves down a peg to be accepted. We think that if we say, oh yeah, I feel amazing, I look amazing, that's not going to be acceptable, that's going to be read by people as big-headed or out of the ordinary or something different to what they're used to. And so it's a safe response to dip into the self-deprecating humor, put ourselves down, and that makes us feel safe in the environment and hopefully accepted by other people. In NLP, we have things called cues or triggers. And when we have that cue or trigger, let's say that in this case, it's a compliment, oh, you look great today, that's a trigger for you to run a certain pattern. That's the pattern for you to run into self-deprecating humor. While it might seem harmless, over time, that constant putting yourself down can compound, and you start to believe that you're not worth a compliment, that you don't truly look well, or that you don't believe what people are saying about you. And when that compounds, it's really hard to start undoing that work and creating positive feelings about yourself, creating good self-esteem, good self-confidence. If you are somebody who responds with self-deprecating humor or responds with a compliment back to the other person and not acknowledging the compliment, then there are a couple of things that you can do to nip that in the bud and start to think a little bit differently about how you accept compliments. So the first thing you'll do is start being aware of when people give you a compliment. The next thing is to stop responding in the way you have been doing and putting yourself down, and simply say thank you. It takes a little bit of practice, but believe me, it's going to pay off. And you will start feeling so good about yourself, and accepting compliments will be second nature to you. It doesn't mean you're big-headed, it just simply means that you are confident enough to say thank you. So my challenge for you is to accept your next compliment and just let it sit with you. So don't turn it back on the other person, don't put yourself down in any way, simply say thank you and move on with the conversation. That's it for today's video, guys. I do hope you enjoyed this one. And if you did, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next week. Take care.